Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into something pretty mind-bending today, the idea that frequencies can unlock deeper understanding and even gnosis.
Ah, Gnosis.
Yeah, we're working with some excerpts from Sacred Frequencies and Gnosis. So the intersection of ancient wisdom and modern science gets you going. Buckle up.
I think it's safe to say that we're all made of energy. It's physics, right?
Yeah, but this goes even further, right? The idea that everything vibrates.
Exactly. Everything. And I mean everything. From tiny particles to stars, it's all vibration.
So what we think of as solid is actually just energy moving really, really fast.
That's the gist. It's all about the frequency of that vibration.
Okay, I think I'm with you so far. And this is where frequencies come in, right?
Mhm.
Because if we're all vibing, so to speak, couldn't certain frequencies, affect us?
Absolutely. And that's where it gets really interesting. Think about how your body reacts to music, a powerful song.
Oh, yeah. Total goosebumps sometimes.
Right. Or how about ancient cultures using sound in rituals and ceremony?
Oh, yeah, like chanting.
Exactly. Tibetan monks, the Om syllable in Hinduism, they were onto something with sound and consciousness.
It wasn't just a coincidence.
No, not at all. And the fascinating thing is that science is starting to catch up.
Okay, how so?
Well, take binaural beats, where you have slightly different frequencies in each ear.
I've heard of them.
Well, your brain perceives a third beat, a phantom frequency, and these beats can actually change brainwave activity.
Really?
Oh, yeah, leading to relaxation, better focus, even euphoria in some cases.
It's like fine-tuning the brain with sound.
It really is, and it goes beyond the brain, too. There's cymatics.
Cymatics?
Yeah, it's the study of how sound vibrations impact matter itself. You've seen those videos, right?
Oh, the ones where, sand or water forms these amazing patterns when exposed to sound.
Yes. Those patterns often align with the golden ratio.
The golden ratio. Isn't that like a mathematical thing found all over nature?
Exactly. In spiral galaxies, the arrangement of leaves, it's everywhere. It suggests that sound might actually be like a blueprint for the universe, shaping matter.
So it's not just woo-woo stuff. There's actual science backing this up.
More and more, all the time. And if you think about it, we're surrounded by sound constantly.
Right. From the city to nature, it's all a symphony.
Exactly. Even the universe itself has its own soundscape.
Oh, like those recordings NASA made of black holes and solar winds.
Precisely. It's effusing to think the cosmos is alive with vibration.
Yeah, we're part of that cosmic orchestra.
Which brings us to gnosis.
Gnosis. Now that's a big word.
It is, but it's more than just knowledge. It's direct, experiential knowing.
So not just reading about it, but having a direct experience of truth.
You got it. Throughout history, people have used sound to tap into gnosis.
Really? How?
Well, the Pythagoreans believed music could heal the soul. Mystics have described hearing these amazing harmonies during moments of insight.
Sounds pretty mystical. But any science to support it?
Actually, there is. Studies show that sound therapy and chanting can activate certain brain areas.
Which ones?
The ones linked to introspection and self-awareness.
Interesting.
And what's even more interesting, they seem to quiet the default mode network.
Default mode network. What's that?
Think of it as the part of your brain active when your mind wanders, when you're self-critical or dwelling on the past or future.
Oh, so sound helps quiet that inner critic.
That's one way to look at it. It's about creating space for something deeper.
Okay, so we've got our bodies vibrating our brains, but what about, the Earth itself? Does it have a sound?
It does. We call it the Schumann Resonance.
Schumann Resonance. What is that exactly?
It's like the Earth's electromagnetic heartbeat, humming along at 7.83 hertz.
Hertz. Now, why does that number sound familiar?
It's close to the frequency of human alpha brainwaves.
Alpha wave. Those are linked to calmness, creativity, right?
Exactly. And some research suggests exposure to the Schumann resonance can be beneficial to our health.
Almost like it syncs us up with the planet.
Like we're tuning into Earth's frequency. And here's something really interesting. Recently, there have been these strange spikes in the Schumann resonance.
Spikes. Like it's changing.
Yeah, it's deviated from the norm. Some think it's due to human activity, but others?
Well, they think it could be something more mysterious.
Mysterious.
Like maybe a shift in Earth's consciousness. Whatever the cause, it's pretty fascinating.
It really is. And speaking of fascinating, I got to ask about solfeggio frequencies. You know those tones that supposedly have all these healing properties?
The solfeggio frequencies are definitely interesting. Ancient tones, maybe from Gregorian chants.
Yeah.
Each one linked to specific benefits.
Right, like 528 hertz, the love frequency, DNA repair and all that.
Yeah, that's the one. Now, of course, you got to be skeptical, but some research suggests it could have a role in cellular repair.
So there could be something to it.
It's worth exploring. What sets these frequencies apart is their mathematical basis. They're based on these pure harmonic ratios, unlike a lot of modern music.
Wait, so there's like a difference in how our music is tuned. Yeah, the equal tempered scale we use today was designed to make playing in different keys easier, but it kind of messed with those natural harmonics.
So the solfeggio frequencies, they're more in tune with, like, natural laws.
You could say that, more in tune with our bodies, the natural world.
Interesting. And what about 432 hertz, the earth frequency? I hear that music tuned to that is super calming.
A lot of people say so. And studies show it can lower heart rate, reduce stress. Some think it's because it's closer to that Schumann resonance we talked about.
So we might literally be resonating with the earth.
It's possible. But let's take this even further. If these vibrations can heal and calm, what else could they unlock? What if resonance is the key to spiritual evolution?
Whoa. Spiritual evolution.
Think about it. There's this ancient Hindu idea, Nada Brahma. The world is sound.
So if we tune into certain frequencies, we align with reality itself.
That's the idea, finding our place in the cosmic symphony.
That's pretty mind-blowing. And it makes me think, if we could tune ourselves to just the right frequency, what could we achieve?
Maybe deeper healing, expanded consciousness. Who knows? Maybe even those profound states of insight and connection that people experience.
Right, like those aha moments.
Yeah.
But on a much deeper level.
Exactly. And how do you think people often reach those states?
I don't know. Meditation, maybe?
That's one way. Chanting, drumming, anything with repetitive sound.
Oh, right. It's like a rhythm that takes you deeper.
It is. Those sounds can increase theta brainwaves, linked to creativity and introspection. It's not by chance that shamans have used sound for ages, and now we've got things like neurofeedback and sound baths.
Modern tools for ancient practices.
Exactly, helping people access those states of flow, mindfulness, even, some say, enlightenment.
It's not just about quieting the mind, though, right? There's that sense of oneness you get, like a hallmark of gnosis.
Absolutely. So let's do a little thought experiment. Imagine you're in the middle of a grand orchestra.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Each instrument represents a different part of reality. Your body, the earth, everything.
I'm picturing it. It's a pretty amazing orchestra.
Right. And if one instrument's out of tune, the whole symphony's off.
That makes sense. But how do we make sure we're all playing in harmony?
That's the big question, isn't it? What if tuning ourselves to the right frequency, that's the key? It's about resonating with the universe.
And not just being separate from it.
Exactly. We're all part of this interconnected web of vibration.
It makes you wonder about that quantum entanglement thing, where the particles are linked even when they're far apart.
Oh, yeah.
Could it be that our minds and the universe could sync up like that?
It's a pretty amazing thought. And the best part is, you don't need a lab to experiment with this. You can start exploring this right now.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we tap into the power of frequencies?
Well, it can be as simple as listening. We talked about 528 hertz and 432 hertz, but honestly, there's a whole world of frequencies to explore.
Right. It's not just about those specific ones.
Not at all. See what you connect with, what resonates. Some tones might calm you, some might energize you. It's very individual.
Like finding your own personal soundtrack almost.
Exactly. It's an exploration. And you mentioned binaural beats earlier.
Yeah, I've been trying them for meditation. It's pretty wild how effective they are.
That's what a lot of people find. They can really help with focus, creativity, all sorts of things. There are tons of apps and resources online. Just search binaural beats and whatever you're going for.
So it's like we can use sound to, create a specific mental state.
That's a good way to put it. But the key is to pay attention, really listen to what's happening.
Right. It's not just background noise. It's an active thing.
Exactly. Notice how you feel physically, what thoughts come up. Are you more relaxed, more alert?
It's like we're tuning into a specific frequency within ourselves.
I like that. And that's where intention comes in, too.
Intention.
Like when you chant a mantra, it's not just the sound of the words, right?
It's the meaning behind them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're focusing your energy, your intention on that specific sound, and that amplifies its effect.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do we actually use sound with intention to, create those changes?
Well, there are so many ways. Think about the spaces you're in.
Right, like my home or where I work.
Exactly. Could you create a more harmonious environment with sound, maybe some calming music, or even natural sounds like birdsong or running water?
I love that. Like a personal soundscape. What about sound baths? I've heard those are incredible.
Sound baths are fantastic. You basically bathe in sound. Gongs, singing bowls, chimes, all sorts of instruments. It's deeply relaxing, can release tension, and promote peace.
I've heard about tuning forks for healing, too. Is there anything to that?
More and more research is coming out about things like tuning forks. They work on the principle of resonance, specific frequencies to stimulate healing. It's amazing how these ancient practices are being validated by science.
It really feels like we're rediscovering something we've always known, but maybe forgot.
And what we're rediscovering is that we're vibrational beings at our core, and we live in a universe of sound.
Right. And when we tune in, when we really listen, that's when the magic happens.
It is. We open ourselves up to a whole new world of possibilities. It's not about reaching some far-off spiritual realm. It's about remembering who we are.
Remembering that we're part of this grand symphony and learning to play our part beautifully.
Exactly. So we've talked a lot about these big concepts, but I think it's important to bring it back to the individual.
Right. What does all this mean for someone listening who wants to explore these ideas on their own?
Well, I think it's important to remember that this is a very personal journey.
Yeah, we're all unique.
Exactly. What works for one person might not work for another.
Like those frequencies we were talking about earlier.
Right. Some might resonate, others won't. It's about finding what connects with you.
What makes you feel, more alive.
More connected.
Yeah, more in tune with yourself.
And the world around you.
It's almost like we each have our own sonic signature.
I love that. Your own personal symphony waiting to be discovered.
And as you explore these frequencies,
you deepen your listening.
It's like the boundaries start to blur.
Between you and the universe.
Right. That feeling of separation we often have just melts away.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And you realize that you're part of something much bigger.
Much more interconnected.
Than you ever imagined.
Yeah, it's not just about hearing the music anymore.
It's like you become the music.
You become the vibration.
Yeah. It's really fascinating, We started talking about sound, and now it feels like we've stumbled onto something, almost philosophical.
It's true. I think sound is just the beginning.
The entry point.
It's a doorway to a whole new way of understanding reality.
Of experiencing it, too.
Exactly.
I love this idea that the universe is constantly communicating with us.
And we just have to listen.
It's like it's speaking in this ancient language.
A language of vibration.
And if we tune in,
if we quiet our minds and open ourselves up,
we might discover that the answers we're seeking
have been within us all along.
It's not about finding something outside of ourselves.
It's about remembering who we truly are.
So, to everyone listening, I encourage you to start your own exploration.
Yeah, go on a sonic adventure.
Listen to the world around you with new ears.
Pay attention to those frequencies that light you up.
That make you feel more alive.
Experiment, play.
And never forget that you are a part of this incredible cosmic symphony.
Your voice matters. Your vibration matters.
The world is waiting to hear the music that only you can create.
So go out there, tune in, and let your soul sing.
Beautiful. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us, everyone. We'll see you next time.